and he'll say slaughterhouse or something. No.
This podcast started. No! The standard is the standard. We set the standard.
That's right. That's right. It is Prime Time Beef Huddle. I'm your host, DJ K-Dub Omaha. We greatly appreciate you here on Thursday night, 7 p.m. You know where we're at, the Slaughterhouse. I got, of course, Coach Negron all the way on the far side. Man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Ricky in the house.
The boss is here.
Yeah, well, you know, I took one for the team. Like, we were fighting over who's going to sit closer to you, and I lost at rock, paper, scissors. So.
Let me guess. You constantly pick scissors thinking he was going to pick a rock, and he's like, no.
Put me in the corner. That's what it is.
Baby, go to the corner. Well, welcome to the show, and hopefully you tuned in on Tuesday. A lot of news going on with the Omaha Beef.
No, time out. Speaking of the corner, you know, he came over for Thanksgiving. He sat at the little kids' table for Thanksgiving.
I believe that. You know why? Because he's a gentleman. He probably let all the ladies sit at the main table. I don't know how many people sit at your table.
So much. Thank you for that.
But I'm guessing it's probably a 4-person table, and there was CJ, Nicole, Sarah, you, and him. I could see that. He was like, I will let the couples stay together. Well, what a nice guy.
All I'm going to say, though, is somebody got an invite and somebody didn't. So who did not get an invite? Who was not there? That should show you where you rank at in the pecking order. So
I know where I always rank.
It's a good point.
I'm the last to know. They're like, hey, Kendall, we're having this. Wait, it wasn't on no calendar. There's no, but I'll be there. We're there. And Tuesday, there was that huge announcement you guys made with Sammy Strong. Again, for those who don't remember, not only has the Omaha Beef auctioned off 2 experiences with the Omaha Beef for that first game, March 7th. Now you guys have Ice Bucket Challenge Yourself first. That's the first thing you did. How was that? Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead, Ricky. How was it?
I made a mistake. You know, I'm Mr. like to get everything ready, everything set, everything prepared. So when I got the buckets, I put them on the little podium, you know. We had the water in there. I think Jeff went and got the buckets of ice, and so I put the ice in there and all that. And just when so that was around like, I think we went live at noon. So around like 11:30, I had everything ready. And when I sat down and I saw the condensation coming down, I stuck my hand in one of the buckets, and it was like ice cold. I'm like, I should have put the ice in like a minute or two before the show started. That way I had some kind of hope that it wasn't going to be freezing cold. I mean, it was like this was no, I mean, we were shaking. Like it was, we were shaking.
There was no heat on in this building at that time. They felt like they were out on that ice, and hopefully you tuned in. If you did, don't be afraid to leave your comments down below, letting us know that you're going to partake in this. Coach, I mean, you said a few words that you didn't want to say, but you had to because it was cold. What was the end result for you after that?
I mean, look, it's great. I'm excited about it. I think this is something really cool that we're doing with a really cool charity. Again, like I said when we went live, great people. Sammy's great, raised by a great family. This is one of the really cool things about the organization I'm a part of. So, I mean, to do a little ice bucket challenge was worth it.
Well, he says that now. Wait till it comes time for March 5th.
But you know, I'll be fine.
But one of the great things about what we do is we get to meet some incredible people and business owners here in the metro area. And once again, just shout out to Callie with Bison Heart Group for making the introduction.
Agreed.
With Sarah at Sammy Strong to begin with. Mark coming on in from Red Box. I've said it all. It was Mark's idea. We were talking about different things, talking about advertisement, marketing agreements, football games, and everything else. And that meeting went on for probably about like 15, 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. But Mark's, you know, I've always had this idea of doing putting a container and doing like a pool or something in it or whatever. start spinning out ideas. And me coming from Alaska, they do crazy stuff all the time in the wintertime up there. And I didn't hear a single other word what he said after that. I just fixated on that. And I've told Mark, I'm like, I don't know what else we talked about because I wanted to keep going back to that. So the introduction with Mark came along with that, and then meeting Holly and Maddie with Elevate Construction that are going to be helping us with the stairs and the platform. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of people that are getting involved in the whole process. So once again, just want to say a shout out again to Callie with Bison Heart, Mark with Redbox, Holly and her entire team at Elevate. There's going to be more people are going to be coming on board on this, and I'm just excited at the response that we've already gotten, and it hasn't even been a week yet. And I know the closer we get, we're going to be watching the outdoor temperature. I mean, heck, it was snowing, sleeting yesterday, and then it's what, 55 degrees
today.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm not hoping for it's been minus 20 before here the first week of March. I'm not hoping for that. I've been there, done that in Alaska, but I mean, I wouldn't be lying. If it was like in the teens, maybe 20s, that would be doable. I mean, that's okay. I'm good with
He'll
that.
get with it. Well, I have to say, and your significant other, Sarah, she's in the same field as my daughter, Kylie, and Kylie, my oldest, is now about to do her third polar plunge, which gives money back to special needs kids. They're doing it this next Saturday. So it's really cool to see this happen when you go there. Now, to partake, that's going to be a different thing. I'm going to.
Are we just going to not acknowledge that he was just so nonchalant about it's been minus 20 in March? And I'm okay that it's in the teens. And, oh, by the way, coach, you have to do the polar plunge. Like, you don't give me that information before you sign.
No. You're signed up already. You're committed. Right. Why? Because that is what you do.
Sure, let's just skip over it.
No. Coach is committed, and hopefully so are you.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Make sure to partake. It is $10 donation is all it takes. And I know that I also saw that there was some of our fans out there that are also willing just to donate the money. They did not want to partake, whether it's their age, time, whatever it is. I don't know. We appreciate that too. All donations are going to go where we need it to go.
We're going to talk about money, though. We have a great guest speaking of money and money growing and utilizing money and stuff like that. So, yeah, we got a great guest to go over that with as well, too. So
we'll bring him in here right after the sponsor of our set here in the Beef Lounge.
Ace Rent to Own. 4 ways to save. 1, cash sales with our best price guarantee. 2, up to 12 months, no interest. 3, short-term leasing. And 4, our best rent to own, low weekly rate.
Ace Rent to Own, where we make friends.
Welcome back to Prime Time Beef Huddle. Coach, I'm going to let you go with this because you already have this feeling of how this is going to go, and I want to. Sorry, I said coach. I meant
we're going to let Coach go.
Let's come on, Ricky.
No, hey,
Ricky, we'll start with you. I'm sorry, I messed that up.
Go right on ahead.
We have Corey Thomas here in the house. Welcome to the show, Corey.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
We're doing great, Corey. We're doing great, man. We're excited to have you here. Excited to talk about what are some very important topics and subjects for not only our fans, but even business people that were involved here directly as well. So I guess, Corey, if you want to kind of introduce yourself, tell a little bit about your group and kind of what we're going to be talking about here this evening.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity just to be on this podcast. I really appreciate the opportunity. And so I'm with the Millier Group, and what we do is we help people, family, businesses, realize where their finances are, and we're able to provide them all the tools, resources, education to do all the things they need to do inside of their finances so they can move about their life comfortably, more confidently, and things of that nature.
Excellent. And then Corey, by the way, I mean, for our guests that are watching us here, you have a folded flag right behind you if you want to talk a little bit about that as well. Yes. Very appreciative for you and your service and stuff. So, I mean, as we have our Heroes Night game every single year. It's going to be on the 23rd. So want to tell you, thank you for your service. I know a lot of our fans feel the exact same way about that. So now we'll get into the other stuff that you do full time here now. So Corey, we've talked on the phone previously and just talked about, really there's really a couple different categories or tiers that people will fall into. We'll call it beginners, inexperienced people that are just probably nervous, apprehensive. They see ads all day long on TV, on social media. Not saying that there's not some reputable people out there. There's that first bucket. We've got our second bucket of the people that are already in they've already begun their retirement plan or their financial plans of what they're working on. And then we have the advanced people, I'd say not advanced, but people that have been in it for a while, but are really kind of looking to get into that retirement aspect. Can we kind of go into, really, we'll start off with group number one. What are some of the common misconceptions or worries that you have when you're talking to somebody? If there's somebody watching our show right now, which we'll get to a couple hundred people that are watching the show, what's the first piece of advice you can share with those people that fall in that first group or category?
One, I'd say for the first category is don't let it be so intimidating. Let's not overthink it. Finances are used to, gauge where we are and how we can get better, but it starts with the basis of knowing that I don't know too much. Because, like historically, a lot of people are, living through trauma of misinformation when it comes to finances. So like that aside, you're not that far off from the average American. A lot of people are dealing with the same things. There are not that many schools that actually mandate financial literacy. So like a lot of people in that same, category, even if they have a lot of assets, people still don't know. And that's, one of the things that we do best here is help people understand where they are and give them the resources, the knowledge, the one-on-one sessions and understanding how to navigate their finances. And that's some of the things that we specialize in.
And speaking of, so the two people with a lot of assets that don't know, or people that have no assets,
Correct.
You can actually sit down and work out a detailed plan for both of those. I mean, some people might be like, yeah, hey, I've got all this stuff, I don't know what to do with it. And some people are like, I'm just getting started, I don't have much of anything. And with our conversations, we've talked about compound interest and time and everything else and how much of an impact that can make. So now we'll kind of transition into, we'll call it the second tier, the middle group, the people that have already got something going on or whatever. But I think oftentimes, as you shared with me, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, because you really are the expert in this area, they've set up a plan, but maybe their needs have changed or they don't check in on how their plan is doing. And there might need to be a recalibration. Like I'll talk about Coach. I mean, I'm sure he goes into every single game with a game plan of what's going to happen during that football game. But sometimes during the game, injury circumstances, maybe the opposing team is doing stuff we weren't anticipating. In this instance, life circumstances. You have to call an audible. You have to adjust your game plan in the middle of the game. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you made that analogy, because some of the things that's been going through my mind is like being that financial, that quarterback, championing the field, understanding the next play and looking beyond, looking at different schemes. Same thing. A lot of people have different types of old retirement accounts. Businesses go away, and like, what do I do with old money that I may have in there? And just that's where we come in. We can do a relook and understand what assets that you have and look at the market's performance and then give recommendation based on the market and what they're showing us and how to, take heed on that and making sure that the way forward, you might have lost some stuff here, or we didn't take that account for that right here. But now the way forward is now we're going to prevent that because we have things on our platform that allow us protection in various manners. So like, we get really like we get in the trenches with you and your finances, just like those offensive and defensive linemen be going after,
How do you make the customers feel comfortable in this setting? When you talk money, when you talk what you have and don't have, and if you try, especially nowadays with social media, people are comparing themselves to others.
Right.
How do you make them feel comfortable with what they have to understand that that's where you're starting, that's not where you're ending, and try to build that relationship with them?
Correct. That's a good point. And some of the things that I do, some of the things that we do is, one, we build that relationship. Like, we're in here not for one sale. We're not going to sell you a policy and like, hey, you go about your business. No, we really identify where you are, do a good bit of goal setting. So that does a little bit of internal work too. Like, we're there with them through it all. We help them plan through their plans. We're walking with them through every step of the way. And it's a no pressure environment. Like, even if there's something like you're feeling so intimidated or anything like that, I'm more vulnerable up front and transparent about how I'm helping you than anything. And that is how I connect the human nature of it with my clients. So I bring that human aspect to it, total transparency every step of the way. Even like I said, going back to that financial quarterback, thinking things through before they even occur. That way we can prepare your mindset before things that happen. Like, maybe this particular plan might dip you down a little bit, but that's necessary to get you to where you want to go, because in certain instances, it's like making sure that all the things are balanced across the plane to ensure that you're getting what you need. And we're like I mentioned before, we're with you every step of the way. And our number one motto is there's no family left behind.
Right. And on top of that, Corey, just like you talked about in the trenches, offensive line, quarterback, this and that, and everything else, no one person's needs are the same as somebody else's.
Right.
And so the customization, the personalization, and really the game plan, or in this instance, the financial plan, is really where Corey can kind of specialize across the board for almost any client, Corey. If you want. Yeah.
Yep. Any client. So like no matter the makeup or whatever your goals are, if it's a solo person that needs some help, we can figure out where you are and we can help you out individually. If there's a family in place, we can figure out what individual components that the family needs to be successful. And even if there's businesses, we come in and we help small businesses, scale businesses understand, like, one of the biggest things when it comes to businesses, they don't think about an exit. And if you all know, every business has an exit or expiration date on it, whether it's planned or not. So we take those necessary measures to ensure that everything is taken care of throughout that planning process. So like I said, we don't discriminate of who we help. It's just understanding your issues, and then find those viable options to give you the solutions that's needed for your situation.
I know Coach is over here ready to ask. He's trying to, but so we're going to get to that last bucket then, the people, like the 3 different categories. So yeah, people that are kind of like on the tail end, they're kind of starting to like, okay, hey, we put all this work in, we've made all this effort and everything else. Conversations that we've had are, hey, these are the proper ways as far as understanding penalties, taxes, those kinds of things, what that might have an effect when you're kind of really winding down, kind of ready to kind of start your path into the sunset of what's going to be. You work with those people as well too, understanding they have a full comprehension and really like a breakdown of A, B, C, X, Y, Z, if you want to kind of go into that a little bit as well.
Yeah. And when it comes to that, I look at that as more advanced strategies. We get more detailed planning. People that have lots of resources really don't know what to put them, try to find ways to, not cause that taxable event to happen. Maybe you've sold that house, sold that business. Now you're trying to keep your tax footprint down. We go in and get into that minute of that, of planning through, whether it's either through me or a relationship that I've already created with another professional, whether it's a planning strategist or maybe an estate attorney that helps me now get things solidified, talking trust and things of that nature. So we get real creative and we get real in depth, especially with those bigger cases. And I like to look at all of them just the same. Now you're just going to take or remove a couple of zeros here and there, and that's the way I like to look at it.
And one of the things that we talked about, Corey, when we were discussing it is really that last person that's in there. I mean, look, let's be honest here. Like, we were all fortunate. We all woke up today. We were able to go about and do everything that we did throughout the day. Some people didn't, Part of the services and the plans you line out as well, though, Corey, it's the stuff that people don't like to talk about, but it's the reality for all of us. What happens to these assets if something happened to you, and in regards to if it's family, charities, organizations, whatever, how those are going to be handled and taken care of as well. You have extensive experience in that on top of all that. So it's not, I don't want to call it generational wealth, but it's taking your assets, and you've worked really hard as the individual to get to that point. What's going to happen with those afterwards, or what's left over and stuff for people, family members and stuff like that. You've got a pretty extensive background and knowledge on that as well, too, if you want to expand on that.
Yep, that is absolutely correct. So we're very knowledgeable inside of that. What we do is we help people. One, we get very basic, and we break these things down into different categories, but we break them down so everyone could understand the things that are incorporated with it. But specifically, when we're talking about that wealth preservation, or how do I protect the bag, if you would, we sit down and we figure out whether it's what type of trust is needed, and we educate on the different types of trust and their abilities to do or contribute, and we bring in, like I said, we'll bring in a lawyer who plans and it's very structured inside of estate planning to help with that as well. And we just really do a deep dive inside of understanding assets, understanding tax laws, realizing that people are in different states ruled by different laws, but playing by all those means at the same time too, and still presenting that solution so everyone can get the information they need, but ultimately making the sound decision. So therefore their families, the succession of their family inheritances or businesses can, go the way they need to go without any hiccup.
Is it hard or easy for you to talk to someone like me? I'm the person that has to take care of my father's stuff when he passes. Is it easy to talk to those people one-on-one, or is it something that you want both of them first? What would like that scenario be for you? Because I think, especially nowadays, there are more people who are the younger ones that have to be responsible for their parents' stuff. And I've never had that responsibility. It's not anything that I wish that I had, just the understanding. And I know that there's a lot of misconception when it comes to some of those things, like whether things need to be in certain names, whether things need to be kind of almost preparing yourself, kind of what Ricky said, but I'm not the person that's preparing for myself. I got to make sure everything is right. So when that stuff happens, and then hopefully I can pass it on to my generation below me for my own kids, you know?
So inside of that, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Corey. Go ahead.
I'm about to say, no, it doesn't get any easier having these discussions. But what I found is talking about it makes it easier. So just having that willingness to understand that we're there for precision improvement. We want to make sure that you're getting the things that you need, not only for you, but for your loved ones that, like you said, just understanding like this will be success. I intend to pass it down, but that's where we come into play. We're there with you. Like I mentioned, we're there with you every step to ensure that all the measures, all the things that we can plan around is taken into account for. Even if it doesn't matter, we still like want to make sure that there's a due diligence that's there and making sure that you're on the right course to, you know, make the best sound decision for you and your family.
I've got two things here. First one I think will be easy because Kendall, with you asking your question and just my interactions with Corey, I think we all understand that some conversations are not easy, they're difficult and everything else. But Corey, I'm going to probably go out on a limb and say that every single client you've met with, every single time after you're done going over these difficult decisions, their number one regret is that they probably didn't do it sooner. Would that be a great, an accurate assessment?
That is the absolutely 100% accurate statement. I even had that first thought when I first sat down to get my stuff taken care of. Like, man, so much time has passed. I wish I'd known about this when I was 18 or whenever. So like, absolutely, 100%.
And then the other one here, and then this will kind of, because I know coaches over want to ask some questions. So Corey, you brought up talking, there's different rules, different taxes, different things within different states. It's not like this is one unilateral thing across the board. So in essence, you were talking earlier about being that financial QB. Well, it's no different for us and our coaching staff whenever they go into arenas. And I'm just going to use like NFL example. I'm a Rams fan. You can probably guess that it's going to be 70 degrees and they play indoors in a dome and everything else. Well, coach's game plan is going to be different. It's not going to be factors of snow and wind and rain and everything else like we saw in that Denver New England game, you know, like where you had to make I mean, just because it's a football stadium in one state doesn't mean that stadium dynamics are the same in another. There's similarities, but there are unique differences that as an advisor, as somebody in your role, I mean, Corey, that's what you're there for, to help them navigate through all that. Corey, would that be correct?
That is absolutely correct. Yeah. And then, like I said, inside of that is just understanding the individuals, whether it's person or family or business, their needs, and trying to understand where they are in the understanding of finances, and then providing the solutions for that need throughout the entire process. Again, making sure that we're transparent the entire way as well.
Hey, we want to introduce Coach Negron. He's on the show here. You know what I mean? We want to introduce Coach here to the show.
Hey,
you know?
he knows.
Listen, I'm good. Hey, Corey, first off, man, you know, this is the first time we kind of quasi meet in person. I know we've talked before. Let me thank you on behalf of my team. You know, these partnerships, I don't take them lightly. They ultimately affect the most important thing to me, which is my players. And it's beyond that, the benefits of what you do, the services you provide. I know my players are going to learn something from it. And that kind of lends to my question. You know, most of my players are young guys, you know, in their 20s, 30s. You know, what are, you look at professional athletes and some of the financial decisions they make, you know, kind of out the gate when they transition from college to professional. Now you got college athletes making a ton of money. What are, and you hear some of the horror stories, obviously, that have happened with some professional athletes and their finances. Right. What are the common mistakes that professional athletes make when they are either selecting a financial advisor or looking at these services? Is it an intimidation? Is it a lack of knowledge? if you were talking to some of my athletes today, and I know there's plans for that coming up soon, like how do you advise them on picking a direction? These guys go from nothing to these huge checks, and they don't know what to do with it. So I would just love to hear your approach towards the professional athlete.
Yep. And inside of that is just one real, like you said, realizing that they just went from their walk in life, playing college ball, to now potentially getting paid a big contract and then getting a big deal as far as NIL or anything like that. So now they're essentially looking at that situation from my perspective as just getting access to a lot of money, capital, and I can do anything I want to it. But reality is you have this young person who's now starting their own new business. Their business is their identity, and not knowing how to navigate their business in a professional manner to ensure that this short-term money that we're getting now, these short-term assets, these deals aren't going to last forever. So now what can I do to make sure that they get the longevity out of this contract, this NIL deal that's going to last them beyond that, performance or that, exposure on a commercial or whatever the case is. So really nailing that down and ensuring that they get their structure to navigate themselves, look at themselves as a business versus just as an athlete.
How do you, and by no means, let me preface this with, I by no means want to make any part of this conversation political, but how do you navigate, them maintaining, we talked about plans and how do you navigate those executions and make adjustments when you have so many kind of different economical changes that are sometimes affected by outside factors like political climate and what's going on? How do you navigate through that and stay consistent with your clients?
That's a good question. Holy cow.
I mean, you'll be here sitting on the talk. I got time to think, man.
So I think through that, just making sure that one, like, I think it just goes back to trust and transparency and just really just being upfront and like, even if something looking bad, that we could be in a situation going far as economically as concerned, but just having real conversations through the process. And one, on my behalf, knowing my left and right limits for that particular client and what their particular goals are, but then still maintaining that visibility of staying with the trends. It's on us. We get educated a lot as far as the trends in the market, this company, that company, or this something in the news has done something to this particular commodity, or gold is down. We weigh all those things and still be able to come back to the client, regardless of the number of assets they have, but come back to the client to ensure that we're operating in their best interests through and through. And we're going to find ways to ensure that their hard-earned money, their resources will still be able to survive said crisis or said whatever happening in the economic world, in the markets, and knowing that they're not alone, but we're making the sound partnerships and relationships to ensure that we're looking at everything from every angle to protect that client.
So you'll hear us say a lot, Corey, that these relationships for us are never transactional, right? I hope that you and your group will be partners with the team for a very long time. When you look at groups that you select to partner with, to align your business with, what about the beef attracted you to the organization, and what are you ultimately hoping to get out of this, whether it's from an ROI perspective or something intangible?
Yep. And I think the biggest thing I look to get from this partnership, and yes, I absolutely see longevity. I grew up playing football in high school. I did have aspirations of going on and playing pro ball, but life happened. I joined the military and I went down another route. But then you're looking, like you said earlier, looking in the news and you're seeing all these athletes and it looking like they're getting taken advantage of and things like that. And just operating from the stance of, one, there's no family left behind, but then I see an entire class of people in the US that are continuously being taken advantage of. One, they're under educated when it comes to finances and how to operate their finances. And again, you can look in the news and see that all the time. Yep. And just my passion for football, my passion for sports, just being able to provide that stance, that be that person of change, especially in this new age of the NIL, and people can really do big things of it. There's pools of it, and there's not really enough knowledge and how to navigate it in the financial industry. And it's ever so changing daily from what I've been researching and looking at it. So now being in a position to be with your organization and now really pioneer, that's kind of like my mindset, or being that change of pioneering of how the NIL could be looked at when approached from the right place with a good heart and good intentions.
100%. Well, one of the things that I'm going to be doing here, I'll be after this part is over, I'm going to be posting Corey's contact information in the comments. We have a lot of people. I see the views on here. We have a lot of people watching here. I'm going to be posting his email address and your phone number if you're good with that, Corey, then for people to go ahead and connect with him, And so again, it's been, for me, my time working with him, it's been great. It's been insightful. And just, I know that, like you said, Corey, you talk about the customization and the personalization and understanding, like you said, no family left behind, no individual left behind. That's the approach he takes with every single one of his clients. And that's why we're excited to have him on board, because we have a lot of confidence in what it is that he's doing and how he's going to not only help our guys, but help our fans, our partners as well, on top of all that.
We know how that community means to us.
Yeah, we're lucky to have Corey on board. So.
Welcome aboard, man.
Welcome to the Omaha
I'm
Beef.
grateful to be here, man. I really am. I really appreciate this opportunity.
I said, yeah, Corey, we're going to have you on for another show here and stuff like that. We've got some additional things coming up here in the short-term and long-term future with you as well. But just a great opportunity to introduce our fan base to one of our guys that's come on board and is here to help us.
Are we going to get you to a game, Corey? Are you going to come out?
I'm making some plans to be out there a good little bit this season. I don't know. I might even.
Hey, Corey, tell him you're going to be. Tell him you're making plans for the championship game. All right, that's the one that we're talking about.
We gotta be in the championship game.
There you go. Tell him. Yeah, no pressure, But
thanks again, Corey.
Hey, Corey, thank you again for the service. Thanks for being on. And like I said, we posting those stuff in there here momentarily for you to see. But we appreciate it, Corey. Thank you so much, man.
Looking forward to it. I really appreciate this opportunity.
All right, beef fans, check out this beef merchandise. Make sure to get it because it is coming up to the season. March 7th, first game, first kickoff. Man, this next guest, we're good luck. That's right. That's right. Welcome back to Prime Time Beef Huddle. We have the DFO.
What does that stand for?
Director of Football Operations. Come on, man.
And a welcome beef family.
I just call him the boss.
We have Jeff on the show for the first time. Besides the chip challenge, I'm going to let him call that out, okay? First of all, I got Jay Sean telling me, here coming up, I need to start finding some challenges. So if you have any challenges, Jay Sean has challenged Jeff to any challenge that you have, whether it's a wing challenge, eating challenge, whatever. He says he wants one-on-one.
How about a double chip challenge? That'll be a real one right there.
Can we get Coach to eat one first? Go ahead. I'll let you have that piece again because you called him out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He didn't even eat. He took a nip out of it, and that was it. I quit. So it's all good.
Sure did.
It's for a good cause. So we're excited about it. So it's all good. Any challenge out there we'll take.
Make sure to put it in the comments. I'll make sure to look it. I'll make sure I run
this has already been committed to? We're doing this stuff?
No, I would like to do it.
Yeah, they got to do it. Yeah,
a long time ago, but maybe he wants to do something different. We're all good.
Yeah, Jay Sean said he's down for any competition in general. So I got a couple that I'm brewing up. It's going to come right as the season. I'll make sure that it is safe for Jay Sean. I will make sure on that point.
What about me?
Well, I mean, it's always safe with you. You figure it out. I mean, look at you. You figured out the hot chip challenge.
It wasn't that bad.
You didn't even feel it.
Maybe I got a bad
I think he got it done.
Well, first of all, what arena are we in today? Where are we at?
First Liberty Credit Union Arena, formerly known as Ralston Arena.
Okay, see, that's what I always tell.
Got to rotate.
We gotta rotate some of
First Credit Union Arena.
Some of those words and verbiages. But we appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
You, of course, have been around the beef for a long time. We're on year 27. What does it mean for you to see the Omaha Beef be where they are today with all the history that you have with them?
Yeah, it was taking a long time. Like I tell people all the time, they think we're successful in the championship games because we've been in 5 straight years, but it took us 21 years to finally win a championship. And that's a lot of hard work. Not only that, it took us 23 years to win a championship at home, which was that was really a good thing. And then we won it back to back. So people don't understand how hard indoor football is, especially with competition and trying to win a championship. But we're our motto used to be we're making the playoffs, and now it's no, we're going to playoffs and winning the championship. So the standard has changed. So, and that's a good thing.
When you think of these first changes and seeing them change, what did it mean for your family that has been in the involved in the Omaha Beef as long as they have?
Well, I can talk about Jaden. Shout out to my son Jaden, who's
Turned 13.
13 birthday yesterday.
Yeah. Hopefully you.
Yeah. I got him an Omaha beef cake, so that was
Nice.
he loves that stuff. But no, it's always exciting. I mean, I get to do all this with my son, which means a lot more. And and of course, my whole family's come to these games for years. Got started in San Diego and then came here and briefly owned the Beef and another team, the Rage, and now we just continue this. Back in my day, all you had was text messaging. So social media has exploded. I don't even know how to do that, but I can tell you,
You do a good job,
awesome.
I think.
Well, I just post on Facebook, but I mean, what we're doing, Ricky's accomplished and put into place in coach this year. He's a great help with that stuff. It just made us that much bigger.
Yeah, I think the social media team. I mean, shoot, our Let's Go Beef after our show because we forgot it at the show.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if you saw, but that's like over 60,000
Crazy.
views on one social media outlet, and that's
Oh, that's
Facebook.
awesome.
Over 60,000, all because we forgot to say the famous Go Beef. Of course, you've seen your role change in this business as well. How do you feel you're moving along with the business as it is going on that upper wheel and obviously being a part of Ricky's team?
Well, I'm on the ride right now. And again, my biggest thing is always we work 8 months to get to a certain point, and this is where we're at right now. The season's going to start. The players are going to start coming in. It's always great to know the players, right? Then you get to go to practice. You see who came in shape, who's not in shape. You get to see who's good because everybody thinks they're their best, right? But then you get to see them in practice. And, we start with 35, cut to 25. But like we always say, just because you're on the team now doesn't mean you'll be on the team, halfway through the season, because we're always looking to upgrade. But again, I'm excited about this year. I mean, every year, it gets you nervous, right? Where are we actually going to be? Most of the time we're going to start with a quarterback, and then from there a center, a defensive end, but we go from there. We have a lot of returning veterans, which is always exciting. And that kind of calms down the team. That veteran stuff in the locker room helps a lot, especially at practices and too. And we have a certain standard here, how you're supposed to act, right? We have good housing for them, good food. I truly believe that we're the best professional indoor football team in the nation from top to bottom. And by that, I mean coaching, housing, the food we give them, the doctors on board, the physical therapy, everything we have in there. And the best is game day operations. And Ricky has really elevated that because we do so much more stuff than we used to 10, 15 years ago.
And when you think of those upgrades and those things, how does that also change the atmosphere for the fans and make it more where once we get them here, it's a whole different ball game. Once we get them here, you kind of just get attached. It's what you want to do.
Yep. I always tell them indoor football is different. The electricity when you get in the building's different. I'll just give you a quick example. So we've been to Nebraska games, me and my son, and he loves it, big time football, but then he'll look at me halfway through and go, Dad, this is so boring compared to a Beef game. And if you've ever been to an indoor football game, it is boring because in Nebraska, 3 plays and 3.5 minute timeout. So it's just exciting in here. There's never a dull moment. It's like a rock concert with a football game breaking out. But another good thing too is people are used to not seeing a turf when you come into an arena, and ours is orange. So that's even bigger. So it's just exciting all the way around.
We have to give a shout out to Jaden. Of course, he's on watching and
So is he?
and making sure to say
Hey,
hi,
Donnie.
Dad. Yes, sir. When you look at the atmosphere that's around here and you think of the fans and the community, how do you see the growth that has been grown with your fans and community? You've, of course, seen it. Some that have been here longer than you and I have been around the Omaha Beef. but you also see some of the newer ones that are just as impactful as those that have been here as the veteran fans.
Yeah, our beef fans we still have probably 12 or 14 that have been here since day one, which is incredible. And it's all about the fans, right? Without them, we're really nothing. And we have the best fans in the nation. I'll compare them to anybody. But same thing with sponsors, about giving back to the community. So we try to get likewise businesses on board with us. So we're on the same kind of path. And it's just grown exponentially every year. And that's exciting too. But our fans are huge. And I want to give a shout out to the rump roasters too, because on game day, they're we can't do without them. They set up everything, and that's huge to us too. So in the Prime Dancers, it's really just a big beef family, and each person has their spot. And I think we all work together really well, or we wouldn't be here for 27 years. So like I said, I'm excited for this year again.
You got a new paint job coming on the Mustang. How are you feeling about that
man.
before you get to release it?
Oh, man. It looks awesome. So when it was gray, it looked really, really good. But now it's black. And we got Axe Plumbing as the main sponsor on the car, the only sponsor on the car. And then we're going to get, we're going to do like a little Trans Am flare with the beef logo on the hood. But going from gray to black, gray was awesome, just like the Jeep last year, white and black, but the orange pops out. But that Mustang is black and it looks sweet. It really does.
Of course, you get to bring out some kids occasionally. How do kids get involved with that? How do you guys find the kids that get to be the water boys and be a little bit more involved?
Yeah, and those are the sponsors sometimes, but Amazing Pizza Machine in the corner, 15 minutes before kickoff time, we have the kids come up there. And if you really think about it, that's a huge aspect of what we do. And bringing the kids down there to be introduced either with the rump roasters or the dancers or the players is absolutely huge. We do have a water sponsor, so Culligan Water is on board with us, Hall's Culligan Water, and they come out in the Mustang, which is always neat. And they absolutely love that. But again, people like Amazing Pizza Machine, Cullings Hall Water, and the stuff that we do with the kids is always huge. It's about giving back to the community. But we're one of the few teams that still let everybody on the field after. A lot of arenas don't do that because they, liability aspect. But we're allowed to let everybody in. They can meet the coach. They can meet the players. They can meet the rump roasters. They can meet the dancers. And that's huge for little kids.
That connection.
I don't necessarily have a question for him because I see him every day, but I'm gonna make sure that it's noted, here live on our podcast. I don't know many people that I think love the team as much as he does. He's very, very adamant about reminding us that it's about the team.
My son,
he emulates the message that I'm trying to promote to the roster, that it's about we, not about the individual. I don't know that anybody works harder. He does so many things behind the scenes that we probably don't give him enough credit for. The man just absolutely loves the team. So, all I'm going to use this platform because tomorrow we're going to go back to ragging on each other, Chad.
Yeah, which we do a lot of.
It's just how much I appreciate you, Jeff, and what you
appreciate
do on a
that,
daily
Coach.
basis. It means a lot, man.
And same thing with you too.
I don't know.
You brought on a whole different aspect to the team this year. You're like a general manager and head coach, and that's helped a lot. I know it's helped Ricky because he works all the time, so it's kind of relieved some of the work on his workload. But it's just astronomical anyway. So
we record that so I can play it during negotiation time. Okay.
And there's only so much I can do because I don't type fast, so they always. I'm a finger typer, so.
Oh, that's pretty fast. I mean,
well, I can be.
It's kind of like what arena we're in. It's pretty fast. I mean, it all is the same.
I love this arena.
We did. What is it called?
A First Liberty Credit Union Arena, formerly known as Ralston Arena.
We got it there. Okay, I just say Slaughterhouse every time I get to where I forget it. Just
the fans know it as a Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
It's always been the Slaughterhouse,
and that's what.
Yeah.
Where do you think that name came from? Do you know where it originated?
Butcher block. Nope. We used to have a section called the butcher block too. So people would come in the white cloth, the meat packing stuff, and pour blood all over them, fake blood, obviously. So we'd have the butcher block, and then just became the slaughterhouse right off the bat. So
it's pretty catchy.
Cool. We should bring that back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we did one year have that. I think we did have that one.
Yeah,
year
2 years ago, I remember it a little bit.
Yeah, it's really neat. So
Sean Fuller, Just Good Meats. I'm coming to get you to sponsor the podcast.
Oh, he's staying the butcher block. I have a question. Are you ready?
There you go.
Are you ready for the polar plunge?
Well,
getting in?
hold on. They're going first this time. And I'll do it. Because I'm not taking that one.
No, I like
chip in
that.
there.
I like
They're
that.
going first. Of course we're going to do that. Come on, that's good stuff. Again, just part of the beef, what we do with our sponsors and everything. It's for a good cause. So it'll be really exciting. But they're going first.
Over these years, what has been
Mhm.
Jeff's favorite event when it comes to the community outside of the football? What's been your favorite event to
I'll
be a
tell you
part
what,
of?
recently it has been because we never used to do them. So when we used to do the golf tournaments, we just used to have a hole with the dancers right there, and then they would promote the beef and stuff. Or now we're working with Fusion in that group, and we have the big golf tournament every year. What's 5th or 6th year? I really like that. And my son loves it because he gets to drive around the cart. But that's something that's big to me. It's just,
You trust him in that cart?
No.
Okay,
no,
I
don't.
was gonna say.
No, I don't. But
At
he
least we
does it.
know we're on that same
I mean,
page.
have you seen Jeff drive?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
We let him drive in the arena. You don't have to tell me. I'm sitting there trying to take a film, and here he goes. Blah! I'm like, okay, I'm moving. I'm moving.
I really like that because a lot of sponsors there, but also the players get involved too. So it's just a neat event, and we keep doing it year after year, and so it's growing and growing and growing. So
This last couple years, you guys have started this flag football.
Yep.
What does that change and really grow the connection with that community, given younger youth? Because of course, those are your future people who stay invested into the Omaha Beef. How important is it having the flag football, South Omaha athletics?
Yeah, and it's funny because me and Ricky just talked about this.
Oh,
and,
shit.
Where it was at right now compared to where
Don't
it was.
give the number. Let's keep that
Yeah,
quiet.
So I won't give them the number, but it's
incredible.
It's grown. And look, anytime you can get the younger generation involved with the beef, it's great. And again, I go back to, let's just talk about the dancers. So we've had some dancers that used to be to our prime dancer tryouts, little girls, and we have that. And then the kids time, and now they're dancers for us. So, involving little kids, get them growing up on Omaha Beef football is awesome.
Well, I mean, you got something else for Jeff before we get him out of here? We got someone in the bullpen ready to get in here. He's got big announcements. I mean, he's ready to bring that moose.
Wow. We're gonna keep. I just want to say this. He's 100% right about the Flag League and what's been done in just a year and a half's time.
Mm-hmm.
I just want at some point someone to admit where they got the idea from. And I want them to do it publicly, but no, I'm really proud of the growth of the Flag League. It's unbelievable. And the sponsors we have behind it between downtown Lacey Brown and South Omaha Athletics supporting it, and the coaches, like it's incredible. It's just a testament to what we do and the hard work that goes on behind the scenes.
And it's getting bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't do nothing but get bigger to the community and be a part of it. That's the best part. Well, we'll give a big shout out to Jaden with the Go Beef to get you out of here. What do you think about that?
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3, Go Beef!
It's pretty simple. We change oil.
As a single parent, I come here because I trust them with my car care needs.
It's been very good, very fast. I've never had to wait.
They've never tried to upsell me, but at the same time, they have always given me options.
It's great customer service, very friendly staff, and it's really fast and easy to get in and out.
Stop by King's Fast Oil today. We change oil with a smile.
I love these guys.
Orange alert! Orange alert! A dangerous wide receiver just signed. Welcome back to the Omaha Beef wide receiver, Korrell Koelhmoos!
Moose! Hold on, I got a question. So tell me last year, and are we bringing it back? Ooh, are we bringing it back? I need the glasses. I need them.
He did it last year.
I said, are we bringing it back though?
Bringing it back.
We got to bring that hype back. Man, you already know the name. I don't have to say it. Moose is in the house.
What's going on? Another year.
Number 13. Number 3 season, right? 3rd season.
Number 3. I'm getting old.
I've been this is my 3rd season. So me and Koelhmoos started the same time, and we'll have him scoot over just a little closer to that way he's on the mic. But I tell you, this kid really hit hard last year. When things were going in a different direction, he was a player that said, I don't want to lose again. He's lived the losing life. what some players don't understand is when you play for teams, whether it's high school, college, and all that, and you don't experience winning and you don't know what that feeling is. And then when you finally get it, and of course he was on, some great teams and he finally gets it, that's when it's a whole different ball game and your mindset changes. Can you just speak on that for yourself of between going through your time where you are and where you are now, of the fact of understanding the winning of what it takes?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, like growing up, went to 2 different high schools. I went to Wisner Pilger, Northeast Nebraska, and Lutheran High my senior year. And I think my best year there was 5-4. Was my best year of high school, and didn't make the playoffs. Missed it by 1 seed. Got to college, never made the playoffs. We had 1 good year, but we missed the playoffs that in college, and then I took a year off. I was coaching at Westland. We didn't have a great year that year either. Then you get to the Beef, go 10-0, you go undefeated, you win, and you're like on top of the mountain. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. But it wasn't easy. I remember getting butt ripped by Tommy a lot. He was on my butt because, when you have a quarterback like that, you just want to be great and you just do whatever it takes to win because, if you had him, you were going to win. Was everybody really, but you get that feeling of winning and how hard you worked. And at the end is sigh of relief. Like, okay, I did it. This is great. And then you come back year 2, hit a couple speed bumps. And it's just like, I don't want to do this again. Like, I want to keep winning. Like that was fun. So, we hit the ground running, hard, and we came up just a little bit short. And that still hurts. I still haven't watched the game. Just from a personal standpoint, and I didn't feel. Well, I didn't want to
watch it. Don't watch it.
I had a rough one. Probably the worst game I've ever had. But
these are feelings that keep you with that flame that people lose.
Yeah, that made me come into this year. That ignites the flame where, I want to raise HE double hockey sticks on this league with my man to the right here, as well as the rest of the team, and go undefeated. I know that's high expectations, but there are expectations that we want to beat and to get done and bring another championship at Omaha. So
the standard is the standard, and when the players are leading it, it just brings a little more comfort.
Let me just give you a little insight about.
Pull your mic down.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on
today.
But so while we're in the show, I'm getting texts from Chris Perry.
Oh boy,
asking me what I would run on 3rd and 6 from the 12-yard. I'm like, that's why I'm texting in between breaks. I'm trying to answer him. So I finally tell him, dude, I'm in a podcast. I give you the whole play call when I get out.
The normal, look, 7 p.m. Thursday nights. This is where we're at.
Let me tell you about this kid, because I think one of the things when you become a coach, right, the assumption is you're always the teacher, and I'll say it regularly. Coaches can be coached too. I learned something from Korrell that I didn't even realize it until you realize it, right? So, and I tell this story often. He probably is going to know exactly where I'm going when I say it. I meet the team first couple meetings. I ask everybody, what's your why, right? What's the goal? What do we want to accomplish? 95% of the time when I ask that, the goal is for these guys to obviously win, do great things here, but elevate their careers. I get to Korrell, I'm thinking I'm going to get the typical answer. I want to make it to the UFL. I want to do this, that, whatever. He says, Coach, I'm good. I was flabbergasted, right? But first of all, he treats this like it's his NFL, which is what I do. So we have that in common, right? Neither one of us is looking for a better deal. Now, if either one of us got the call, would we listen?
Yeah, of course. If the call happened,
but at the end of the day, this is his and I NFL. We agree on that, right? He taught me the love of the game. He plays for the love of the game. He has a full-time job. He just recently engaged. He's a great family man. He plays for the love. That gets lost so
much.
often. And so it's just refreshing. Like he wants to do everything. He just said, we have a common goal. We are going to thump everybody, but we're doing it because we love the game. And I think that's just, it's such a need in my locker room, because when you go through a grind and you hit adversity and you hit bumps in the road, it's easy to lose that. And so sometimes you need a reminder. He gave me a reminder. I love coaching this kid. I can't wait to win with him, because it's just going to feel different. And that's why we keep bringing him back. That's why he's a staple with this franchise. And as long as he wants to keep playing, he's going to keep wearing that jersey.
How did you even get on the Omaha Beef? How did you find the opportunity? Let the fans know that don't know.
Yeah, so, well, for the longest time, I knew what arena football was. I was like, I'm never going to play it. Like, that just looks horrible, like, from a player safety thing. Or like, once I was done with college, I was like, I'm going to go try to play outside somewhere and see what happens. That obviously didn't happen. And I was just sitting like a bum on the couch. I'm like, I think I still got a little bit left in me. I actually watched a game when my buddy of college with played for Gillette when it was still the CIF. They came here, obviously Omaha won, but I was like, that looks pretty fun. I was sitting up in one of the boxes with his family, and I'm like, see what happens. So there was a tryout, came to the tryout, did well enough there.
What was your shape? What would you say? Because that's one thing Coach has talked about multiple times. What would you say your shape at that time was?
It wasn't great. It wasn't great shape. I was running routes with my college QB, lifting, with my old roommate from college who was in the Army. So he had me doing those Army lifts. So I think I was more bodybuilding more than conditioning to play football. But I still had enough in the juice in the tank where I did good enough, I thought. Actually took a lot longer to get a phone call to come play than I thought I was going to wait. And I thought, well, must not have been too good. Must have sucked or something. So I was waiting for this phone call. I'm like, oh, it must not be coming. And then all of a sudden I finally got a call from Coach Tatum at the time, and he brought me in, and I was like, it was just like how I felt first year of college football. I was just hoping I could be around and help the team somehow. Didn't know how long I was going to be here. Didn't know if I was going to be here 2 days, 2 weeks, all season.
And you were still driving back and forth from Lincoln at that time, right?
I was driving from Seward at this point.
Holy,
so
okay.
That was I'd get home about 1:30, wake up about 6:30 to go to work. Those were the long days. Plus, with how my job is, I was very busy because of all the storms that were going on. So I was working after work in the locker room before practice. On Saturdays for the games, I was working until about 15 minutes before warmups. Like, yeah, it was a grind. But no, after the first couple of days, I called my dad and I was like, I just played football with Tommy Armstrong. This is pretty cool. I'm a big Husker guy. I mean, I'm gonna brag about him till the day I die. But
he's a brother. If he meets you and you are dead serious, honest with the guy, and you are a straight shooter,
you're in for life.
You're in for life. He is a brother. I called him when I was trying to preset my mind for my daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
I called him when he was in Texas, and I just had a little conversation with him, like, check how he was doing, and then like just talk to him about what I was going through, because he's just that calming person that
I did not expect that when I was going to meet him. I did not know he was going to be as calm as he was.
Everybody says that. It's the same way. Yeah. He is not the person you thought he was as a Husker.
No, he's calm. You better be at my wedding. That invitation's coming. Just saying. You better be there.
He said he'll be there if he knows the DJ.
All right, bet. Liz, you listening?
He does. I mean, he's joined the show. Yeah, he joined the first show, and he checks in every once in a while, and that's the best part. But you get through that first season. What keeps you the second season? How did that come for you?
I mean, pretty simple for me. Just being a guy that loves football as much, and it's my escape from everything. It's where I can just be myself. I can be this fun, obnoxious guy and No, I do it all respect. You won't hear a single word of trash talk out of my mouth. I don't trash talk. I like to go out there, have fun with everybody.
You let the play do the talking. That's for dang sure.
I don't know about all that, but no, I like to just go out there, have fun, hang out with the guys. Because you only get to play football for so long. Eventually, it's gonna be gone, and if I can do it as long as I can, every day, that's a gift. So, if I'm here this year, 1 day, 2 weeks, all year, I'm gonna take that because that is an extra day of football I get to play. So that's what it keeps me going.
All that humility led the team in catches last year.
Hey, just know that's a Nebraska talk, man. Once you come to Nebraska, you just don't leave, man. Once you get that,
this is home.
This is home, baby.
Take notes for those of you that want to play. Take notes. This is how you do it.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and let you. Of course, we'll throw out the Bobby put out there moose. Of course, the fans love that every time. Every time that Korrell touches that ball, especially in that end zone, they love throwing up the moose.
Shout out to Stephen Beddard. Stephen, I'm going to call you tomorrow. You've been asking me about that commemorative football. I see you checked it on the show.
Oh, yes. Thank you. You got a big announcement today. Of course, people don't understand that real life outside of football. They just see you in football.
Did I blow it? Did I already say it?
You did. You already said it. What'd you say?
Well, no, I'm not going to say it.
Did you say it again? No, you didn't say it.
Did I blow it?
I don't know if you did.
He didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't blow it. No, I think everyone knows I'm engaged at this point.
Right.
Yeah, they already knew that.
I announced the engagement.
We did it in our live show. You remember that?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
He's good.
Yeah. Sorry.
We wasted a good happy birthday on that, huh? This guy thinking he wasted a good surprise. No.
All right.
Go ahead, Korrell. Of course, his outside, it's all about what he does. And if you want to partake and be a part of the Omaha Beef, find out what these players do outside of football. They have a life. They have stuff that they have to do to maintain the lifestyle they want to live. And, of course, he's a hard worker, just as I am. I mean, dude, I'm up at 4 o'clock, and I just keep going until I get to bed.
Yeah.
And when I'm in bed, I'm out. But
absolutely.
Back up at 3. But go ahead and tell them what you got for us today.
Yeah, so my day job, I actually work for McKinnis Roofing and Sheet Metal.
New partner.
Happy to know they decided to join us this year finally. No, family run business. My aunt, uncle worked there. My uncle's sister's married to the owner. Then you got trickles down all the way from there. So big family company, been around for 44 years now. But we're offices in Blair, Lincoln, Omaha, everything. But since we did become a sponsor, we actually do got a little bit of a giveaway we want to do as well. So
let's go.
Yes.
So basically, like I said, McKinnis Roofing, we do roofing, siding, gutters, exterior, all of that. Make your house look pretty. But we're actually running a thing right now where you call in, you want an appointment, I'll come out myself. I'll be your guy that comes out. So you get to hang out with me for a little bit, and I can look at your house. So that'll be pretty fun. You can talk ball most of the time if you want. But
he's still measuring. He's still measuring, but you can talk ball
we
too.
can talk ball. I'll do everything too. But yeah, no. So if you call in and you want an appointment, and I'll come out there, we can talk about whatever you guys want. But if you call in, ask for an appointment, just mention my name, and they'll know what it's about. But you'll actually get entered in 2 separate raffles. First one is the work-related one where you can get 2 tickets to whatever game of your choice. That includes Sioux City. So you want some free tickets of the Sioux City game, make a phone call. And then you also will get $500 off your final bill.
Say that one more time. How much?
$500 off your final bill.
And all they had to do was do what?
They got to call into McKinnis.
Pick up the phone.
And
ask for your man Moose.
Just ask for me.
Now, can they call and say Moose is the one that got me to come here?
Everyone at work knows.
Let's go.
Moose,
Okay.
Moose, Korrell, either one.
Hey, it all works.
They know. So
any one of the 3 branches they can.
Yep. So it's all going to be the same number. It's going to be 833-McKinnis. That's McKinnis. You can also just look us up online, and then
we'll put it in the comments of this as well. We'll put it in the comments of this as well.
But yeah, and then the second raffle, which would actually be, it's on me. First thing is I got this jersey from last year signed.
Ooh.
Yeah. There we go. Signed jersey from last year, game worn. And then Liz might kill me for this one, but I will take you to a Husker football game this fall. I love the Huskers. I think most of us do in Nebraska. So Husker game on me.
Man.
Am I allowed to enter these things?
No.
Oh,
Got a house? Need a roof? Gutters?
one here.
No.
I
Let's
mean-
just keep no. How do they get entered in that second one?
So same thing. So you automatically, when you call in, you actually get entered into both raffles at the same time. So
Oh man.
So then, yeah, obviously we'll pick the drawings on February 27th at noon. So if you call in before then and get appointments set up and everything, we'll get those raffles set and drawn, and we'll go from there.
Man, that's huge.
That's awesome.
We'll have to make something for this so we can make sure that we also get it out on a flyer, stuff like that. I'll get that
Clip it.
together. Clip it, snip it. Make sure that if you want to get your roof siding, all that done, go one place that you can trust because you trust your Omaha Beef players. You love to root for them. Now support what they do. They support you. Support what they do. Check them out at McKinnis, right?
833 McKinnis.
833 McKinnis. You know the only bad part about that compared to where it was before? People don't see those letters anymore like they used to.
Yeah.
You don't have those phones that you could see them.
Yep.
So we'll make sure that it's in the comments because people, they just don't remember that.
Oh, the letters aren't on cell phone?
I don't know.
I think they are.
When's the last time you looked at a letter on your cell
I
phone?
don't
Here, hold on. Let me see. They're there. They're still there.
Ricky wants to know if you're doing the polar plunge.
Ooh.
I'm on a belly flop. Oh yeah, for sure.
Moose is in for
There you go.
I'm doing a
the
belly
Sammy
flop.
Strong Polar Plunge. Man, that is coming up again March 5th. Make sure you can go to the website. You could go check out the comments. You could sign up. We appreciate you guys joining that as well, along with Moose and everything that he's doing for the Omaha Beef. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. Come join the show. Really share your story of how this is what Omaha Beef does to players as well as to the fans in the community. They make a player understand that there's a purpose that he wanted and he never knew he wanted until he had it. When he had it, he doesn't want to let it go as long as he can.
Absolutely.
And that stuff is priceless. Those are the players that you ride or die with, and hence why things were able to turn the way that they were last season and start on the upward trend. Of course, having a group to come together. And I know I had a one-on-one with Moose, and I said, as a veteran, you guys got to make it where people know that you don't just get to come play and be a part of the beef. You have to be a part of the growing of the beef. And you don't just get to come in and act like you're a part of it. You got to show you're a part of it. And we got a season coming up. How many days, Coach?
We will be on the field practicing in 19 days. Crazy.
Game 30 days?
Just about, yeah.
Just about 30
March
days?
7th,
March 7th. Make
now,
sure.
wait, before you saw, I'm on a credit giving kick today, right?
Okay.
So this is episode 18. All right. I had the pleasure of being on your Wired Access podcast yesterday. I just want to make sure that you get credit for the show. You have completely amplified and elevated our podcast. It's a great setting. We get to meet our athletes, get to really know them, meet our sponsors. You've turned me into a much better public speaker. I think, with a lot less cursing and screaming. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, he still gets mad at the opening when he screams.
I think it's the first time I've heard him talk without cussing.
I know. There's a few in there. You just missed it.
I appreciate it, Coach.
I want to make sure that you get regular. You really have done something amazing with this show, and I love it. We appreciate it. I love you to death.
Hey, it's all for the community. It's all for the beef. Why? Because we love to bring this atmosphere and hope that we don't hear the people in the community go, they're still around. We do everything we can to make sure we are still around.
That's right.
So we'll go ahead and get out on this, and we appreciate those joining in.
As always,
Hannah, thank
42
you.
degrees, Penn Steel Manufacturing, much appreciated. Love you guys. Ace Rentone for the set.
Yes.
Let's not have to do a live later. Let's end the show like we're supposed to.
Why? That got over 60,000. We'll do both.
Home.
That's right. Everybody always remember, it's always what? Go Beef!
standard is the standard. We set the standard.